Yes. Yes, I'd like that very much. I'll keep you informed of our progress. Goodbye. Tom.
You asked me yesterday if I'd help you with some experiment.
Which you didn't fancy.
I've had second thoughts.
Oh, excellent.
I'm not saying I will yet, but I'd like to know a bit more about the subject.
Out-of-body experiences is the name which scientific investigators have agreed upon for a range of phenomena that have been known about for centuries, such as astral projection, traveling clairvoyance. There's a substantial body of literature on the subject.
Could you let me have some of it?
Certainly.
What makes you interested in this right now?
Oh, no particular reason. It's been on my list of areas for investigation for some time.
And why do you think I can help you?
Well, it seems to me that you have all the right qualities. We already know that you have considerable powers as a sensitive. We also know there are many aspects that you have chosen to reject and suppress, maybe more than we're aware of so far.
So?
Well, the majority of out-of-body experiences are involuntary. But we also know there are certain people who can harness this effect and enjoy out-of-body experiences at will, choosing not only when they occur, but also where they travel to.
You don't think I could do that, do you?
I think it's possible. I don't know what you're capable of. You must uncover all your powers, see if they can be harnessed.
Hang on, I'm not a shire horse, you know. Maybe I don't want to be harnessed or uncovered.
So, it's your duty as a human being. Don't you see that? The work we're doing here is immensely important. Science has pushed forward on so many fronts. We've put men on the moon, machines on the planets, we've split the atom, developed nuclear power. We're even on the threshold of developing the power of the sun itself.
Well, yes,
and yet we've barely scratched the surface of the potential power of the human mind, which has already achieved all these things. We must investigate it, learn how to use it to the full.
As long as we appreciate the risks involved in the investigation.
There are always risks in exploring new territory, pushing back the frontiers, challenging the accepted limits. Where would we be if men had never taken risks? We'd still be living in caves. God alone knows that was risky enough in itself.
Maybe.
Think about it, Tom. You have an enormous opportunity if you're prepared to accept it.
What do you mean? An opportunity?
We have a place with Columbus, Vasco da Gama, all the great explorers. We're going to open up whole new worlds that most people never even dream of. Come with us.
Thanks. It's a fascinating offer.
It's an offer you can't refuse. Mustn't refuse. We need you.
I'll think about it, okay?
Oh, yeah, still at it.
Hamish, Tom. Yeah, I didn't notice at the time. Hey, good evening.
Great, thanks. Yeah, you should have come.
Well, I wanted to get on with this.
Do you want a coffee?
Yeah, thanks.
Hamish?
No, thanks. I won't stay. I've got some notes to write up, and I want to get them finished before my girlfriend comes back tomorrow.
You sure?
Sure, I'm sure. I'll give you a ring, okay? Tom?
Good night, Hamish.
Bye. Cheers. Poor old Hamish. He's missing Jane.
Is he going to take her back with him?
I shouldn't think so. He's destined for great things, and a white wife might be a handicap to him.
Yeah.
You haven't read all that tonight, have you?
Yep.
Oh, must be interesting.
Fascinating. Mate, these dreams you've been having,
Oh, they're weird.
they started when you were in the hospital, didn't they?
That's right.
Can you remember the first one?
Yeah, I think so. Only like I said, my memory of what happened in the hospital is a bit weird.
Yeah, right.
First time it happened, I thought I'd died.
You were?
Well, wouldn't you? I mean, there I was, lying in a hospital bed. I felt so strange. I felt this kind of vibration right through my body, and the next thing I knew, I was floating on the ceiling, looking at myself lying in bed. What would you think?
I don't know.
I thought, Christ, I must have gone. I remember thinking, so this is what it's like. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought it would be.
Only, of course, you weren't dead.
Yeah, I actually watched a nurse come in, and she seemed quite happy with me, so I knew I was okay.
Did you tell anybody about this experience?
Not at first. I just assumed it was some sort of hallucination caused by the drugs they were giving me.
Not at first, you said. You told somebody later?
Yeah, I told Martindale, I think.
Did you? Yeah, well, that fits.
Hey?
Oh, no, man. Just another little bone I have to pick with him.
Well, he seemed interested. He never said anything particular about it.
No, he wouldn't. That wouldn't be devious enough for him.
I don't follow.
Never mind. Just try and concentrate on remembering what you can.
Well, it's like I said. It's all just fragments in my mind. Things just keep coming and going.
Well, don't worry about that.
I can't help worrying. I don't like having damn great holes in my life. I mean, I might have murdered somebody for all I know.
I don't think you did. Though I'd still like to know how you came to be wandering around Cape Ness when you were supposed to be on a tour of European universities.
European Now, wait a minute.
You had a grant.
No. That was a blind. That was a blind, I remember.
What do you mean that was a blind?
It was a cover. Martindale arranged it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I've got it. I was helping Martindale with an experiment. Now, he wanted to push things to the very limit.
Using you?
Yeah, that's right. I volunteered.
That's completely beside the point.
Well, we knew you'd want to stop it.
You're damn well right I'd have wanted to stop it.
Martindale dreamed up the idea of my traveling Europe on a scholarship so that nobody would wonder where I was.
And what were the experiments?
Trance-induced ESP and telepathic communication over long distances. Yeah, that's right.
Trance-induced? What sort of trance? Trances brought on by drugs?
Yes.
How bloody dare you use my brother as a guinea pig in something like that? Who the hell do you think you are, Martindale? God?
Michael volunteered. It's his choice.
Was it? I wouldn't put it past you to have planted that in his mind.
Now, Tom, please, calm down.
No, I won't calm down. You were gambling with Michael's life.
There was no particular risk.
Of course there was a risk. You nearly destroyed his mind.
That was caused by something entirely different, you know that.
I don't know anything of the sort.
Brought on by delayed reaction to Julia's death.
Are you saying you had nothing to do with it?
Of course I didn't.
Or with what happened on Elgis?
Certainly not. How can you imagine that
Oh, I can imagine quite easily. You were quite happy to pump LSD and junk like that into my brother for your experiments.
Michael's case was quite different. He was taking part in a controlled experiment.
Which went wrong? Some control.
Which we got right.
So you were lucky this time.
Not luck, Tom, skill.
And now we've got him more or less right. You want to start playing with him again, don't you?
I really don't know what you mean. You must stop being hysterical.
Out-of-body experiences, that's what I mean.
That.
Yes, that. You knew you'd been having them at the hospital, didn't you?
Yes.
And you wanted to get me involved so you could get at Michael through me, right?
Wrong. I wanted to get you involved, as you put it, because I believe there's every chance that you might be able to achieve something remarkable yourself.
I'm not the one who's had the experiences.
No, but you have infinitely more ability than your brother, and as the links between you are so close, it was reasonable to assume that anything he can do...
I can do better?